Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you out there. Thanks for coming. To kick things off, I wanted to do a quick poll. I wanted to see how many of you have been flying in the last 6 months. We have a few options here. So long haul, long haul and short haul, or none. Thought it'd be interesting to just take a pulse to see what everyone's been doing. All right. 67% none. Not too surprising with short haul next. I think that's in line with everything we've been hearing, seeing, and probably feeling ourselves. So regardless of how you answered, I can imagine that most of us have wondered what it would be like to fly right now. Will everyone be wearing a mask? Will there be less passengers? Are they going to take my temperature? What are the cleaning protocols? With these uncertain times, everyone has been evaluating their own risk tolerance as they think about flying. So what do you think it will be like before you go? As the pandemic was unfolding, ATPCO started focusing on what we could do to help the industry recover. How could we utilize the Route Happy Rich content, UPAs, amenities, or UTAs to help flight shoppers understand what it would be like to travel in a pandemic? To introduce this new type of messaging, we decided to use our UPAs, more visual content type, to reassure flight shoppers on the health and safety measures being taken by airlines. And so the Reassurance UPA was born. So the Reassurance UPAs are really an effort that was started during the early days of the pandemic, pro bono effort that were developed for over 125 airlines around the world. They were developed using the airlines' language and policies to accurately and succinctly communicate this key health and safety information in a graphical, easy to digest format. Topics like the clean air circulation, food and beverage hygiene, enhanced cabin cleaning, flexible rebooking policies, passenger and crew well-being. So you can see some examples on the left there. And as the pandemic continued to evolve and the reassurance messaging became more commonplace, we received feedback from sales channels that they really wanted and needed a more standardized way to present this information to the flight shoppers. For the next iteration of this important messaging, we wanted to deliver it in a consistent format for all airlines with more coverage overall. So next came the structured UPA, a more lightweight offering, providing an icon, standardized headlines and descriptions with a metadata field to help ease the integration. We started with 5 categories of structured UPAs: temperature checked, block seats, passenger capacity, masks, and cleaning. These structured UPAs are available for over 300 airlines worldwide and are available today. You can see an example of an integration there. So thinking big and thinking for the future, what content will we need next? We've heard it a lot today that what has been the case. So, pre-2020, Route Happy Rich content was able to answer questions like, do I have power on board? Can I charge my phone? What food will be served? You can see pictures of the food, seat pitch, things of that nature. 2020 has really shifted and has changed the questions that we all have as travelers and flight shoppers. Can I even enter the country when I arrive? Are masks required? Will the plane be cleaned properly? And as we think for 2021 and beyond, we may want to highlight lower risk travel areas, maybe after a vaccine, sustainability and more environmental information, personalization, and so many other great things that I'm sure the industry will come up with. And while we don't know exactly what the future will hold, we know that flight shoppers will want to continue to be informed as they make a purchase. So we wanted to take this opportunity to come together and have discussions on how ATPCO can continue to support the industry. Wanted to break it up with just another quick poll, utilize this feature here and make sure everyone's awake. So taking off your industry hat for just a moment, what do you think will encourage passengers to fly again? Of course, before a globally distributed, widely accessible vaccine is available. Multiple choice, so there's no wrong answers. And if you think it's something else than what we have listed here, choose the something else button. Technology has come far, but apparently not when mixing and matching some multiple choice and free text in a live poll. So pick what you think resonates the most with you. And in just a sec, we'll see where we land here. All right. Okay. It looks like extended ticket validity and change in refund incentives. Okay. What else do we have here that's high? Social distancing as an ancillary. Something else. Great. And the something else is, so we have our roundtables later this week on this topic. So we welcome you to come and to have some further discussions with us on the topic. So I just wanted to kind of bring it together that, as Chris mentioned earlier, ATPeco really exists to support the air travel industry and its evolution of flight shopping. Over these last 6 months, we've been busier than ever. We're continuing to evolve and add more retailing content. We're rethinking how retailing content gets created. We're focusing on improving our tools at ATPeco to be able to create more flexible, rich content at scale. We're thinking about how we distribute our content. We have a new consolidated Route Happy API coming soon. And I just want to re-highlight that ATPeco really is committed to being a single source of truth for the industry. In a few clicks, this retailing content can be published once and distributed out to many around the world. And while we don't have all the answers, we really want to come together. Industry collaboration is essential. As Mitra mentioned, together we can determine what retailing content you think ATPeco could and should be providing to the industry to really benefit it now and what comes for the future. So again, please join us on Thursday for the roundtables on this topic, and we really welcome your input and comments and able to do this together.